Hello, everyone. Welcome. Just a quick note at the beginning here. If I reference D&D in this video, it doesn't have to literally be about Dungeons and Dragons, because really I'm talking about role-playing games, tabletop role-playing games in general. So it could be in D&D, it could be a different game that you like to play. There's this idea that I've been thinking about really for quite a while now, and I've even talked about it on my channel and in my newsletter. It's been in my content for years, really. And this idea just keeps like knocking at my door. There's something to it that I'm trying to explore. I'm trying to discover. There's more to it. I haven't really got to the bottom of it yet. So this idea that role-playing games are more than just a game. They are a game, and we are having fun, but they're more than just mere fun. The more that I play, the more that I observe people, coming together regularly, almost ritualistically, to enter into these explorations of mythic landscapes and quests into the unknown, the more that time goes on, I see how D&D, tabletop role-playing games, require quite a bit of sacrifice, especially if you are the game master. The GM has to probably buy some books. You have to invest money. I don't know if invest is the right word, but you sacrifice some of your hard-earned money, and you have to read the books and familiarize yourself with the material. You have to learn kind of a certain degree of ability to GM. Now, you could start off GMing with just a small amount of ability. That's fine. But there's some kind of cost that you have to pay beyond just the money of being able to be a GM. Then we all have to sacrifice our time and our energy. First of all, to even find a group and organize a session or organize a whole campaign, and the time we have to commit to actually playing, and sessions can, that can take out a big chunk of your day. There's a lot of sacrifice involved to be able to play this game. There's a number of steps and even hurdles and hoops that you have to jump through, that you have to go through, a lot of doors you have to open and locks you have to unlock, and people you have to contact, and, social skills you have to navigate just to be able to play this game. And we do that because there's something going on that's more rewarding, that's more fulfilling, that's deeper, it's more meaningful. There's something about it that's more than just the mere fun of, chasing each other, shooting Nerf guns, or playing poker, or playing Mario Kart, or even compared to like a very well-made, deep, serious, single-person role-playing video game. There's still something going on there that's special, that really connects to you, yourself, as a person. So what is it? What is it that's special to role-playing games? What's that thing, or what are those things that make it more than just mere fun, more than just merely a game? Again, I have a lot of ideas. I'm exploring this topic. I've explored it in a number of videos and in this one, and I'll keep exploring it because something is calling me. There's kind of like a voice, I don't know what it is, there's something in me that's saying, there's something more, keep going, keep discovering. Myself and a lot of other people are in the midst of organizing this online community campaign, this like mega D&D campaign that's like a West Marches style with lots of GMs and lots of players. And so we're going through these pilot sessions right now where applicant GMs are running these very short pilot sessions, and sort of like an assessment, right? There's an assessment, a sampling of them as GMs, so we can select the GMs that best fit the campaign, what we're aiming for. So I was playing in one of these sessions. I was playing a character in one of these sessions yesterday, and the session and the GM turned out to be fantastic. He did an incredible job. It was very engaging. We, the players, felt engaged. We felt immersed. We were in character, we were exploring, we were asking questions, we were active, things had a good flow to it. Just in many different ways, it was a great experience, knowledgeable DM, good amount of kind of style and atmosphere to it. And the story, both like what was at hand wrapped up, we concluded the task at hand, but there also was this greater story that would be kind of drawing us onward. There was this sense of like, not just a sense, there were like actual things happening in the story that were, clearly going to lead to bigger questions and bigger challenges. So a great session with a really great DM. And after the session, when I was thanking him, he said, thank you too, Esper. You're the reason I got into D&D. You're the one who got me started, who got me interested and inspired to play this game and to be a DM. He said, I watched one of your videos 14 years ago when I was 12. The first top 10 D&D monsters video you ever made back in July of 2010. He actually had the month and the year memorized. And that was really one of the greatest moments that I've ever experienced as a GM, as a world builder, as a creator, to know that something that I created sparked someone else's creativity and showed them a door to adventure that set them on a path of their own development and creative explorations, and what eventually has developed into a very knowledgeable and capable GM. To know that I played some role in that I was like a catalyst, a spark that ignited a great fire, a fire of inspiration. That was amazing. Now, I'm sure that he went on to discover other content creators that also had impacts on him and helped him. So it's not just me, it's like a big collective. But to know that I played a role in that, so much so that he remembered specifics and carried that with him all this time and told me that, it was amazing. It made me think of this email that I received some years ago. The details are quite different. The circumstances different, but it made me remember this email that I got from someone once who said, Esper, thank you. Your videos have helped me a lot. Some time back, I was at a very difficult and dark time in my life, and I was suicidal. And I stumbled upon your videos, and they helped me because they helped me escape to a world of adventure and fantasy. But the more that I watched them, they became more than just an escape from reality. They actually became a way for me to reflect upon reality from a different perspective. And they helped me to find my way out of this pit that I was in, to find something inspiring, some creative calling, something constructive, something that helped me to find some courage, and then to meet some people and to do something socially that was positive for me. And he said in the email, you saved my life. I'm never going to forget that. As long as I live, I'll never forget that email. And I can't say how powerful that was. I've never had any experience like that playing Halo or World of Warcraft or Magic the Gathering. And those are great games, and I have great memories of hanging out with my friends. But there's something more. There's some quest, some actual quest at the heart of the role-playing game experience. And from time to time, you're going to get a glimpse of that. If you really take the experience seriously, not that you are like, I'm having no fun. You can be having great fun, and there can be comedy and a lot of laughter, but also that you treat it as something meaningful. Keep playing. You eventually, sooner or later, are going to, in some moment of some campaign, get a glimpse of something that's going to call to you that this game is a model of the archetype of adventure. And you can use that model to serve in your own life to follow other adventures in what I call it, a more objective space within like the material plane, physical reality. But we're not just flesh, right? We're not just meat popsicles walking around, right? We're people. We have stories that we're part of, stories that guide us. And that call to adventure is part of your story. You're going to get that call, and you might even resist it because there's danger and there's risk, and you have to like get up and do something uncomfortable and go somewhere that maybe you're afraid of, or face something that you're terrified of. If there was no risk and no danger, then it wouldn't be an adventure. So if I can do something or create something that in some kind of way helps you to explore that call to adventure, in the game and also in your real life, in your actual life, there's an echoing. If I can play some role in that, then that's fantastic. That's my dream, right? That's my highest hope, that I can do something that inspires and helps other people. That's what motivates me. That's what drives me. That's what makes all this so worthwhile. It's so satisfying, so rewarding and gratifying. When I was growing up, when I was a kid and teenager and all that, I was one of the weird kids. I was this weird artist kid and like very sensitive and kind of very much a romantic, sort of a skinny guy, not the tall guy, not the cool, popular, athletic guy, not the rich kid. I loved writing and making up stories and characters and worlds and drawing. I was drawing all the time, and I loved making songs, playing my guitar and singing and creating songs and albums and messing around on keyboards. A creative, just a very, very artistic person. I was bullied pretty badly in some different areas of my life. Got quite bad at some times. And in general, just had a experience of not fitting in, not being understood, being dismissed and belittled, and kind of forced to abide by certain structures and systems that weren't very good for me, like making me sit in this like regimented school desk for 7-8 hours a day and get into all these topics that ultimately are not very interesting to me, like math and other such things. Meanwhile, my brain is like on fire to be creating, and I can't help myself but just sit there drawing and doodling and writing little notes and character ideas. It was pretty torturous for me. So this is not like some woe is me pity party thing, but let's just say it got pretty rough, and pretty much nobody believed in me. Nobody encouraged me. There were exceptions, and those exceptions helped me tremendously. But, they were like a teacher, and I'm just one student. The teacher can't just focus all his or her time onto me. There's a whole body of students. There's the whole class. There's the teacher's own personal life. So there's only so much that just one individual teacher can do. But aside from a few exceptions, my calling, my creativity, let's say, was pretty much underplayed, undervalued, dismissed, or outright mocked. And that really sucks, to put it in simple terms. I went on with a lot of bitterness and resentment, and I guess I would say ultimately hatred, in my heart for years because of that. But that was a path of destruction. Thank God I was able to get out of that rut and to move on, to forgive people, to forgive myself, to orient myself towards love, to truly love people and to forgive people, even those that hurt me, and to be understanding that everyone is going through their own struggles and tribulations, and everyone has their own grappling match with reality, and I just can't expect that the whole world is going to bend to my desires and my whims and my preferences. Instead of wallowing in misery and depression of being put down, and also instead of being this kind of hateful, resentful, vindictive person, there was this other path, a path that says no to these negative cycles that have probably been going on since forever. They're stopping with me. I'm not going to carry those forward. I'm not going to pass that on. That's not going to be my legacy. That is not going to be the poisonous fruit of my wicked labor. And when I came to that realization, it was like inside of me, I was holding on to this monstrosity, this demon, this like gross, tar dripping, venomous, spiny, like scorpion, spider, demon thing that was just like pumping venom into my veins and like burning me, and I'm clutching hold of it. As soon as I realized that, I could not hold on to that any longer. Like, I couldn't hold on to it any more than you could hold on to like a burning log out of the campfire. I cast it off. I found a way to forgive everybody, to move on, to really start aiming for something more positive, for something higher. I used to really like that movie, The Karate Kid. I still like that movie. It's a great movie. But there was always this part of me that was sort of envious, like, where's my Mr. Miyagi? That's who I want. I need that Mr. Miyagi person who gets me into this balance where he introduces like focus and discipline, and yet at the same time sees me for who I am and wants to care and cultivate that. So once I was able to get out of that pit of darkness, or maybe better put, once I was able to follow a guiding spirit of light out of that pit, I realized I can't just live my whole life griping and whining that where's my Mr. Miyagi? But what I can do is in some way be that for other people. There are lots of other people out there that need help, that are hungry for inspiration, that have a longing for something that goes beyond just goofing around or the shallow. There's people out there that are longing for an encouraging word. So I truly hope that something I create or say at some point in some way helps you, whether it just helps you to run a little bit better of a D&D game, or helps you to craft a character or a story or an adventure that you find compelling and interesting, or helps you to find a little bit more courage in your own life. I see how these things are connected. I see how people are connected. I don't know exactly what to do, but I am following the inspiration. I'm exploring. I'm on this adventure, and it's a strange and very challenging quest. Having you here with me means the world to me. So thank you for being along with me on these explorations and to witness the discoveries with me. I can't wait to see what comes next. All right, that's what I have for now. Thanks again, and may your adventures be many.